This is Tony from Metabolic, and today we're going to be working on the push press. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. The dumbbell push press. All right, so as always, first thing we start with is where do we put our feet, okay? So feet typically almost for all these movements start just below the hips. All right, toes pointed forward, right below the hips. Now, what we're gonna work on is the dip. So first thing is, let me go to the side here. When we're doing a push press, what we're doing is we're transferring the energy from the hip to the shoulders, pressing out overhead. So the dumbbells start at your shoulders, dip, press, dip, drive, press, lock out. It's gonna be a dip, drive, press, lock out. Try and bring those arms back, head goes forward, not rounding my back. All right, a lot of people round their back there. Okay, so how do we keep from rounding the back in that position? You wanna keep a tight stomach, right? So keep that stomach tight, dip, drive, press, and you gotta actively try. So a lot of people here have mobility issues in their shoulders. It's hard for them, so what they do a lot of times is they'll come forward with those dumbbells. You want to try to encourage them to either go lighter, or actually what you want to do is go lighter or try and your best to fight for that position without overextending your back. So dip, press, head comes through, all right? Some people, again, and so what that is, and this is a whole nother video, would be a mobility issue. And you have to work on loosening up all the fascias and everything in your shoulders and your upper T-spine. You might want to go see a physical therapist, a chiropractor, FRC, functional range specialist, anything like that, to kind of help you get into those positions. But when you're in the gym and you just want to work out, it's tough. That's kind of like the balancing act a lot of trainers have to work with. And here's what happens when you keep doing, when you just let athletes keep going, right, with poor, overarching, pushing forward, they're just going to get hurt in the long run. They're going to keep doing that. They're going to have more issues, upper back, spine, neck, and guess what? They're out of the gym. They're not training. It's just bad for everybody. It's a train wreck. So if you do see an athlete, or you are an athlete with mobility issues, I'm super tight myself, so these are going to be kind of sketchy looking. And this is a tiny shirt, so it's going to keep coming up. I got nothing to hide. So let's get into it. Again, it's the dip. So what we're doing is we're unhinging our knees, right? So I'm straight. I'm gonna unlock my knees, go into just a tiny little dip. I'm not squatting or anything crazy. I'm just loosening up. I'm just having a small little unlock my knees here. Thumbs on my shoulders, and then I'm gonna stand fast, press, lock out, pull the arms back, push the head forward. Okay, back down, dip, squeeze, press. Straightforward, pretty simple. So I'll do a couple with the dumbbells. Get the dumbbells put up onto your shoulders. I'll do some from the front. Dip, squeeze, press. Back down, dip, squeeze, press, lock out, some from the side, dip, press, dip, stand, press, dip, stand, press. And that's the push press. So we're actively using, we're violently extending that hip here. So when I'm unlogging, when I stand, I'm standing fast. I'm kind of locking out my knees, squeezing my butt, generating energy from my hip to transfer up to launch those weights over the shoulders. Why not just do a strict press? That's a great question. Why not just do strict press? Because what happens here is my shoulders burn out quicker, and I can't do as many reps, right? And I'm not bodybuilding. This is kind of high intensity, bodybuilding in a sense, metabolic conditioning. So I wanted to keep my heart rate up. And if I'm doing slow, controlled reps up and down, it's not doing that. Also, with the slow, controlled reps, you can't go as heavy. So for bodybuilders, they're doing nice, slow, and controlled reps with tiny light weights. But when you do push press, right, dip and press, this little dip allows you to use heavier weight, which increases your strength a lot faster. And that's what a lot of people are looking for, increased strength. So that was the dumbbell push press. Hope you liked that video.